Do not use Real Madrid as the yardstick
That same last season, we all said Real Madrid was not good enough.
because you beat Real Madrid right now. Like it shows, oh, you can play any team. You are not the underdog. I am not
Okay.
saying you guys are not good.
I don't think this defines that Arsenal is going to win Champions League.
Hey,
Welcome back to Fun House.
oh, Gunners. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Another week, another weekend, another football talk. How was your week?
That week was the best ever. You know, after they closed the roof, after some people decided that they want to close the roof, and some people
Was there a
started
reason for
shouting,
that?
Ramontada, Ramontada, Ramontada. Yeah? We went to Bernabeu and dismantled the holders of the Champions League
Oh my God.
with reckless abandon. You know, it was a stylistic superiority. It was a sagacious endocrinology. It was the best thing after fried rice. You know? Ah! Oh my God. When I give birth to my child, whenever that is, the name of the child shall be Declan Rice. Ah, bro, I was happy last week.
Okay.
It was so
Nice
good to the
to.
point that Bolaji went to cut his beard. You don't understand, guys. Arsenal did it.
It wasn't
Ah,
any way related to
I don't
Arsenal's
care, bro.
triumph,
I
but
don't care. I don't care.
since we have gotten the emotions, adulations out of the way, can we talk strategy? Can we talk what happened? And can we
But you
talk
guys are this serious for
about
my
the
liking.
match?
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it, man. So let
Real
us start.
Madrid, Arsenal,
The
Santiago.
game, the game started. The game started with Real Madrid trying very, very much to bully Arsenal, and it almost worked. The first 3 minutes, Mbappe scored an offside goal after a beautiful, crispy foot movement from Vinicius Junior, and it was an offside. And Bukayo Saka missed an unbelievable penalty, trying to chip Courtois, who obviously is the best goalkeeper in the world right now. Because without Courtois in
Um,
that game, uh,
Arguably, but whatever
yeah,
your opinion is.
is Masma is the best goalkeeper. But without Courtois in that
This
game,
season,
Madrid would definitely.
this season, no one is better. BJ, just accept that.
No, I'm not
No one.
accepting that. No, I'm not
Who is better? What
accepting.
do you think is better?
Wait, now let me
I'll
finish
pick.
my analysis. Who do you want to pick?
I'll pick Alisson ahead of him,
This
but
season. I'm talking
No,
about this
no,
season.
no,
No, this season,
no.
Thibaut is the best.
uh, eh,
Okay,
to
he's the
me,
best this season.
me. But
Okay,
Without him
continue.
though, without him in that game, Real Madrid was
Mhm.
definitely going to concede way more than five on aggregate, and it wasn't just close. I said Super Eagles. Arsenal literally dominated the midfield from start to finish. Even though they tried to change their strategy, even though they tried really hard to change the midfield or by bringing Valverde into the midfield, it still was not enough. Arsenal was still too much for them, and I have not. You see, this is where it got a bit more interesting for me. One of the things that they say about Arsenal is we are not mentally strong. We are not very, we don't know how to weather the storm.
We're not rugged.
We are not rugged, but at the Bernabeu, we controlled the game. And whether you like to face the facts or not, it was a properly controlled game. If you look at the way the game was, sorry, I'm going to round up very soon. Madrid tried really hard to bully Arsenal in that game. You look at the tackles and the pushes of Bellingham. Look at the tackles of Rudiger. look at the movement of Valverde, look at the movement of some of the players of Madrid, you know that their game plan was to use the crowd's momentum and some physicality. But the truth is, Arsenal was there. Arsenal was there. So for me, that game gave me two things. I really learned two things from that game. Number one, Arsenal can beat anybody in Europe on their best day. They can beat anybody in Europe. Number two, it gives Arsenal the even though Arsenal is a big team and anybody would really like to sign Arsenal if they come, if they want to sign them. But it gives Arsenal that advantage, especially in the summer, that if they want to sign a player now, the player will think about the fact this team has a very, very good potential of actually doing something good in Europe. And yeah, even if you want to sign Lewandowski, he can leave Barcelona for Arsenal because hello, Arsenal is actually making some amazing moves right now. And yeah, that's where I want to stop. I was really happy last week. I've never been that happy in a long time.
Okay, fine.
Let me quickly come in. Let's actually talk about the game because Astrop just succeeded in telling us how he felt throughout that day.
I talked about
And
the game now.
from evidently he really made his week, but yeah. Anyway, Madrid started the game with not releasing their lineup, even though people were so, hey, why did you release your lineup? Like, and then before the game, I saw that they said they were
Last
going
week,
to.
last week they used their own 2 hours before. They suffered 3-0.
Uh,
This week they don't release the lineup. Go on.
and then we got reports that it's who UEFA has agreed that they can close the roof. So, I mean, with the whole intent of gathering momentum from the crowd support and intimidating Arsenal, which makes sense. If anybody's in that position and you can do that, do it as much as you can. Get external outside support. Do what you need to do. Madrid came in, Vasquez back into the lineup at right back. Valverde pairing with, according to the formation, Tchouaméni in the midfield at the base, and then um Arsenal stuck to their formation. Normal, same from last week. From the week before, the one that beats Madrid 3-0. And build up to the game, everybody has been put Madrid players. Obviously, even if they knew in their heart of heart that they probably could not come back, they had to do something.
Remontada.
Even Madrid star, the handle on Twitter was like 90 minutes is a long time at the Bernabeu. Of
ChatGPT,
course, it is
please
a
interpret in many
yeah,
languages.
yeah. Please
In
interpret.
many languages. It
I
was so
actually,
weird.
if I'm being honest, I like, especially maybe the last 5 years, I like the social commentary or the social aspect that has come into football. It's really made football really interesting, regardless of what you think. We've seen different and really targeted at fan bases, especially the ones that have real heavy social capital. Um, we got into the game, and there was talk about how Liz Kelly was looking very confident. I think he was talking to his mom on the phone, but whether I like it or not, Bernabeu is a very, very intimidating place to go for a return leg.
Facts.
Let's not lie.
Underplayed.
Madrid players, yeah, they know how to wear that aura. They know how to come out. They know how to show that okay, anything, even if it's 7-0, boom.
They
And
can beat you.
um,
Why
other
are you
than the
shaking your
fact
head?
that no, other than the fact that Arsenal's defense has been pretty solid this season, um, I, the game plan was go there, play your game, and most people were suggesting it's 0-0. Don't think about the 3 goals. Play your game, play your game, play your game. Of course, Rudiger trying to push, trying to do what he knows how to do
This
best.
is a very terrible.
Alaba, I'm still confused why Alaba started at left back. I don't know why he started him again. as early as the fourth minute, he already had a card trying to
Yeah,
push
third minute. Yeah.
Sa Saka, and then I was surprised at the penalty. I didn't even see it until they rolled back,
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
and then I think in the Premier League that probably wouldn't have been a penalty. But then looking at it over and over again, I'm like, use my team. Anything to continue this lead. So it was a situation of if it was against Arsenal, I
Mm.
probably would say no, that's cheating. But it's for Arsenal. Okay, let's go. And then uncharacteristically, for some reason, Saka decided to do the Paneka. And I'm like,
To
dude.
the wrong place against Courtois.
eh,
Does not make any
eh,
sense.
Anyway, but I like that he let that go. I mean, after we faced in Euro, I'm sure he's like, well, you lose some, you win some. And then the game went on, slicky pass. For some reason, Vasquez was attacking, trying to place cross in, and then that made Valverde to be covering through. And I'm like, this is not different from, which goes back
Last
to what
time.
Mubarak was saying,
They had only one
regardless of who is in the
strategy.
middle.
They had only one strategy.
Mubarak
They were
said
just
last
crossing the
time,
ball. Yeah.
yeah, Mubarak said, even if Valverde was in the midfield, you still wouldn't have won that game because it wouldn't have made a difference whoever Valverde was playing. And he did that. And then again, he was in the midfield, Valverde overlapping, trying to cross, and I'm wondering, dude, your nine he likes coming from the left. Why are you people crossing?
He does not even
And
score with his
then,
head.
and then, Mbappe got injured, or they subbed him. And somehow that's how Vinicius decided to say, yes, I think it's time to start crossing actually. And guess what? Guess who he was crossing for? He was crossing for
Hendrick.
Hendrick, an even shorter player than Mbappe. Yeah, I'm like, what's happening? Why Madrid kept crossing and crossing? And
No, no
before the match,
clue.
when they did the honor for their two players, I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at Arsenal players and Madrid players. Arsenal players are really tall, um, especially in the middle and
At the
um
back.
at the back. And they kept crossing. And at the end of the game, Courtois was like, we just had no strategy and we kept crossing for nobody
And
to.
we
And
don't have
it's,
Oselu. You know, he
yeah,
literally
and we don't
mentioned
have,
Oselu.
we don't have Rosell. It's funny because that it reminded me of Champions League final against Juve. First half, Madrid was crossing. And what's his name? Chiellini. And who was
Mm-hmm.
playing him? They were just nodding the ball out. And second half came. What did Marcelo do? Started crossing ground ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they won 4-1. No, it was 3-1 or 4-1. And the change was they stopped crossing for Juve players to know. They started crossing low balls and they scored. But I think it wasn't surprising, honestly, if you think about it, that Arsenal won that match. And then Martinelli crowned it with a superb counter. And I saw Madrid players. It was only Frank Garcia that was trying to go too hard.
Fast was
And
dead.
I'm like, yeah, there's no
No, he
point
tried. He
because,
was not just fast enough. Yeah.
yeah, but and also Martinelli crossed him, obviously. Crossed him
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
that anything you do, I fall down, pick it, red card.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and Arsenal won, just put a very nice ball on a nice two-leg performance. Like you said, yeah, maybe Courtois was their savior. It could have been more than that. But again, um, really nice statements victory. On to the next one. I don't think this defines that Arsenal is going to win Champions League. If
No, no,
anything,
no,
it
no.
just
It just
says,
shows that you can play against anything.
yeah, if anything, it
Because
just
of the,
shows that you.
because of the, I don't know why you're rolling your face. You are not, this is where I feel that the sentiment is. I'm not saying Arsenal will beat everything. I'm saying this this game shows that from a mental standpoint,
Is
Arsenal can
that
face everything.
okay? And
It is
then
very clear that it does not necessarily mean, for example, I don't want to play Inter. I don't, but does not mean we cannot play Inter. I'm not saying we will win,
mm,
no, but it does not mean we would not feel like underdogs. We will feel like we can face you. Are we going to win? We don't know.
Can I talk
Although
now?
I think if I face Barcelona, and then you can talk, but I think if I face
I have one more
Barcelona,
thing to
I
add
will beat
to.
Barcelona.
Let
Okay,
me add.
fine.
Let me finish. Let me add the last thing, which is Vinicius goal where Saliba. I don't even think I'll necessarily blame Saliba for that goal. I think more of the blame will go to Raya. Don't roll the ball to Saliba. Put the ball in or throw it in. These people are gingered. Don't roll the ball to your defender and be outside of your
Especially after just
purpose,
scoring.
but especially after scoring. But anyway, really temporary lapse in judgment or in concentration there. But yeah, that sums it up for me. Nice game. Yeah, but I expected more from Madrid, if I'm being honest.
Okay, fine. Now, am I free to talk?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Something I always say in football is, see, as a player, never pray to be out of form. And as a
Mm,
team, do not pray to be out of form.
mm,
Currently, if we are playing Man City, anybody can beat Man City currently. Like, even though
No,
it is Man City,
no, that is a very, very incorrect statement. But okay, go on.
I'm talking about a structured team can beat Man City
No,
currently.
that's a different sentence.
Okay. Number
Let
two,
him.
we are talking about Real Madrid this season. Arsenal, their season has been 50-50. Like in UCL, they've been exceptional in UCL. Like they've been exceptional. Real Madrid, on the other hand, they've not been great in UCL. But because of the history, everybody feels Real Madrid will do something in UCL. Since the beginning of this season, that team have been playing without any structure. Like without any structure. And now that is where I do not agree with Astro. He said because you beat Real Madrid right now, like it shows, oh, you can play any team, you are not the underdog. And now I am telling you, the Real Madrid that you beat is a Real Madrid that has not been good since the beginning of this season. Like, if it is Real Madrid, see, the same thing can be said about Arsenal. 3 seasons ago, 4 seasons ago, Arsenal were not this good. Are you saying if a smaller team should beat Arsenal during that time, they will have the same inspiration?
I'm saying Arsenal is a smaller team compared to Real Madrid.
I am not
Because that's
saying
what
you
you
are a
just said.
small. I said 3 seasons, 4 seasons ago, if a smaller team should beat Arsenal,
No, I know,
are
but
you
no,
saying
this season, what you are trying to say, Real Madrid is not very, very good, which means for the fact that Arsenal beat them, Arsenal is a smaller team,
I
so
didn't
we
say you
are
are a smaller
ordinary.
team? I said the fact that you beat Real Madrid should not be a
Okay.
yardstick for you to think you can face any team in Europe and not go as underdog. I'm not saying you guys are not good.
No,
I the first statement, the first
we
thing
were
I said
underdogs.
is
We were underdogs in this game. Oh. We were underdogs in this
it
game.
is
So
because of the history, because of the I said it earlier, because of the history. But since the beginning of this season, Real Madrid, they've been terrible. Like, you understand what I'm saying? They've been terrible
yeah,
since the beginning. So I am saying if you beat Real Madrid of 2017, 2018, like at their prime, I will say,
mm.
oh, this
No,
Arsenal is very good.
what you are
I am
saying
not
is
saying
flawed.
I am
What you
not
are saying
saying
is
you are
very
not good
flawed.
currently. I am not saying you are not good currently. See, anybody can beat Real Madrid. So are you saying all the teams that defeated Real Madrid in La Liga, they will have the same thing that they can beat anybody? I
No,
have
what
not
you are
said
saying
anything
is
about this
flawed.
game. That's what I'm trying to let you know, that you defeated a weak Real Madrid. See, I am not taking away the fact that you guys played well. You played well, but it is two things. Now, if I want to be biased, I will say, Arsenal defeated a weak Real Madrid.
That's what you just
And
said
that,
now. See this guy.
wait,
That's what
wait,
you
that
just
is
said.
me. Oh my God. That is me.
Bonaji, is that
That
not
is
what you
me.
just said?
It looks like that's what you're implying.
No,
That
no. Mm-mm. The first thing I
no,
said
see,
was,
this is how it sounded.
see,
This is how it sounded.
I am not
Okay.
saying you guys are not good. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I am talking about is, as what Astrop said was, now we can face any team in Europe because you defeated Real Madrid. And I'm saying, do not use Real Madrid as the yardstick. Try to understand what I'm saying. All I'm
No,
saying is,
no,
do not use
no.
Real Madrid as the yardstick, because Real Madrid, they've been terrible since the beginning of this season.
What you are
See,
saying is flawed, sir.
if you should beat Inter currently, and you say, oh, because we
No,
defeat
what
Inter,
you are,
we
what you are
can bring,
saying is flawed.
okay, so now, what are you, so you are using Real Madrid as a yardstick?
Yes, you
That
have
is
to
what you say.
consider.
Why are you using
Yes,
Real Madrid as a yardstick?
why not? Real Madrid is the biggest team in Europe.
Oh my
Have
God.
you
If
forgotten that?
you,
No, wait. Am I lying? They won the
you are,
Champions League last
So,
season.
so, what
That same,
Mubarak
that same last
is
season. That same last season, we all said Real Madrid was not good enough. Have you forgotten? Last season, we all
eh,
said Real
so,
Madrid was not good enough,
so,
you,
and they won.
he is still not getting my point. My
No,
point
you are
is
not.
so,
Real
You are not.
Madrid should not be a yardstick for you
Wait,
to determine how
we
good
all
your
we
team
watched
is.
we watched football together last season. Yeah, all of us. Last season, we
eh,
both said that Real Madrid was not good. True or
They were not
false?
this bad.
Please,
Yes, we
that
said the same the last
bro,
season.
they were good. They were terrible last season
Not this bad. Yes, we said the same the last season. Go
because
on.
because they won, they were not this bad. No,
I am not.
they were not good last
let's
season.
let's let's look at it from this angle, stripping away their history, which is hard to do. Stripping their
Exactly.
history away, stripping what Real
They
Madrid
are
represents.
almost shipping two of their players got to what is it called, the Ballon d'Or. Two of them, two last season.
Stripping
Come on now.
all those away. Yes, Madrid look like an average team, and they've
Mm-hmm.
looked like that all season. But let's not also
Fact.
forget that one of the reasons why they're even competing in La Liga is because of their Real Madrid. They are not playing
Their
well.
status.
Even their fans, which is, yes, I understand what Barak is saying.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then,
Do not use them as a yardstick. I'm not
yes,
saying Arsenal are not good.
yeah,
Like,
yes.
you
And
guys are
let's,
very, that's why I say, if I want to be biased, I will say you guys defeated a
yeah.
weak Real Madrid. But I
You
know you
said
guys
this
played
though.
well. You guys played well.
hmm
You deserve to win that game, and you won. But you
hmm
using Madrid as a yardstick is not a good statement.
I
Also,
don't, I
let's
don't.
not forget, maybe this slightly supports Mubarak's points, and logically, Astro, work with me, listen to me. This is
Hmm.
Champions League. The fact that you beat anybody doesn't mean you are going to carry it. And I think
Facts.
maybe that is what
Facts.
Mubarak is
Yeah.
saying, that on top of that, also, the fact that you beat Madrid that is not already good doesn't mean you can go all the way. For example, Liverpool. They were
Yes.
top of the standings and they faced PSG. PSG eliminated them.
God bless you. This is exactly what I am
I think
saying.
that is
Now,
where
that is
Ashram, I
where,
just want you to listen for a minute. Even
listen,
Martinelli said
no,
it himself. He
don't be
said it.
biased.
He said, on to the next one. This doesn't determine that we're going to carry it. I
Now,
You
understand.
see, it's a
I
now
fact
understand
now.
let's go into the game. Now let's go into the game.
Mhm.
I know you want to defend it. Like, that was the reason I was pissed that day. Like, he even said something right now. He said something about um Arsenal can sign anybody
I
because
didn't
they
say
will be
I'm
giving
not. You are
I
no. You are
think
not
what he's trying
getting.
to say is
If that's why I said
because
the
the
bias
pool will be
to.
different. The pool will be
Yeah.
different.
The
Let's
attraction.
the attraction will be
There is
different.
more
But
attraction.
don't forget that Liverpool to enter. Where did they get to? And they they still could not sign most of the players that they. So
that is exactly,
is but I
you know,
understand what Ashok is saying.
I
But I
understand what
don't.
he's saying, but what I'm
Mm,
saying is what he's saying is not true.
No, it
Football
is
does
true.
not work like that.
is not
No,
categorically.
Totally true.
It is,
You understand?
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't
did
work
not,
like that.
what you did not hear me say is, I did not say we will sign everybody we want to sign. I said it will make us more attractive to players that we want to sign. And I am not saying, and also I did not say we would definitely win all the games that we play.
No, 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 it's
I,
not. No,
I said this game from a mental standpoint has positioned Arsenal in a place where, number one, whether you like to admit it or not, every team that will face Arsenal, I'm not saying we'll beat them, but every team that will face Arsenal would respect them. Because Bukayo Saka said something during the press conference. He said they better respect us. He literally said it because Arsenal has been playing well. Forget Real Madrid. Forget you beat who is in front of you. You literally beat who is in front of you.
Mm.
Um, there are bigger teams Real Madrid lost during the group stages now.
C-
Yeah, and
Can I?
even PSG beat. Yeah, jump in.
Can no, 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 I just want to ask a question, and it somehow relates. Do you think Liverpool did not respect PSG enough?
they did.
I
They
think they
did.
did.
But
I think they
but
did.
what happened to PSG? And I'm still going there. What happened to PSG is the same thing. I said PSG, Liverpool is the same thing that happened to Barcelona in the second leg against Dortmund. And that was why I was
Oh,
angry.
okay.
That was why I was angry when Astrop said, "This is how you win quarterfinal." And I was like, "What is he saying?" Let me tell you what happened in that Liverpool. Wait, just wait. Let me tell you what happened in that Liverpool PSG game. Liverpool were competing for the EPL. No
Mhm.
score depth. They were using all their 11 week in, week out.
This is Liverpool. That's the PSG game, man. This is the
Yes,
Liverpool
week in,
PSG
week
game.
out for both Premiership and for Champions League. Almost all aside the FA Cup. Now these players are tired. For the past 3 months, yes, let me say for the past 3 months, Gravenberch has been dropping sticker week in, week out. At the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, it is normal for a team to play well. But if you don't have score depth towards the end of the season, all you need to do is just win anyhow. Like, it's not important. That's why Liverpool in their recent games, they've been winning anyhow. They don't have to play well. Against PSG, they played against PSG that they were just getting on form. Like, they've been on form since January. Now they have the
Nah,
squad depth.
okay.
They can easily rotate their attackers. They can easily switch their defenders aside their fullback. Even in the midfield, there is squad depth. Liverpool were tired. And what happened? This PSG, they won. Now,
Yeah, sure.
Arsenal, you
When you are
guys,
saying
you wait. See,
you oversimplify that. What you just said now is very, very rude oversimplification. And
I
this is
will
no.
wait. See, I did not say anything about the game. Now, let's now go to Arsenal. Currently, what is your priority?
Champions
Are
League.
you, are you guys still competing for the EPL?
No.
We are not competing for the EPL. Now, Barcelona, we are in the final of Copa del Rey.
Mhm,
We are at the top of La Liga. We cannot afford to lose points. Now,
mhm.
quarter final, we won 4-0 in the first leg. 4 days after we played in the league, we did not rest any of our players. And 3 days later, we have to play UCL. Now, what did the coach do? He rotated the squad because he went to the game just to contain the game. He did not go to win. He did not go with the intention of winning. What he needed to do was just contain the game. See, we lost. I know we lost. Balde is out. Currently, Lewandowski is out. Lewandowski will be
Out
out.
as
I
in
think, yes, he's injured for 3 weeks. He's going to miss the
Le-
semi-final.
that's
Balde and
bad.
Lewandowski.
Yes, Balde and Lewandowski are out. And now that day when he said something
Wow,
about this
that's a
is
big deal.
and I'm telling you, we are competing for 3 cups. You cannot expect us to be using the same 11. If we should rotate, it is going to show. It will be obvious that this team they will not play well. What we need to do is just the first leg, score as many goals as you can. Second leg, contain because we need our players fresh. Liverpool
Mm.
right now, they can use their first 11. Arsenal, during the weekend, you rested your players in Premiership. You rested some of your players in Premiership, and those players played in Champions League. Barcelona did the opposite. You cannot compare our situation together.
I'm not
It is
comparing situations.
you did by saying this is how you win quarter final. That was what you said.
Because I was playing
What
Real
was the
Madrid, bro.
intention?
It's
What
different.
was the intention
No,
of
no,
What
that
was the intention
statement?
behind it?
no. The intention for me,
I'm
and then this is
asking
me
Astro.
saying, yeah. The intention was this is how to win a quarterfinal in the sense that this is Real Madrid. This is
And
Real Madrid. And when I talk about Real Madrid, I am not talking about Real Madrid based on form. That's two things. I'm not talking about Real Madrid based on form. I think you guys are looking
Mm.
at Real Madrid based on form. I think it's even, you cannot look at Real Madrid based on form. They have not been good for 2 years. Bro, they were not good last season. It was this same where Real Madrid kind of energy that
you are
in this your
mixing,
talk,
you are
in
mixing,
this
you are,
your
see, you are mixing it up. Last season,
they were
they
not
were
good.
bad.
They were
Wait,
terrible.
last season, they were bad. They had players stepping up. They
they
had
had
players stepping
superstars.
up.
They have
Vinicius,
players right now, bro. They
wait
have players
now,
right now. They were
wait,
contained.
see. No, wait. Vinicius stepped up like since the beginning of the season last year.
Oh no, they even
When
had Cruz.
yeah,
Like,
when Vinicius, no, it's not, it has nothing to do with Cruz. When Vinicius was injured, Jude stepped up in the first phase
mm.
of the season. Now, this season, aside Dortmund, where Vinicius scored 3 goals, none of their players, like none, not even one person, has been consistent, has stepped up in any game. So
Guy,
comparing last season,
this guy has scored over 30 goals this season. Mbappe has scored over 30 goals this season. Vinicius has scored over 20 goals this season. Bellingham has scored 13 goals. Why are you talking as if these guys are not good? Bolaji, do you understand what I am saying?
no one is saying they are
Yeah,
not
I
good.
guess.
No.
Lewandowski, wait. Now I'm telling you, currently Lewandowski has more goals than Rafinha. Lewandowski has more
Uh,
goals, wait, than
so
Rafinha. But
what does that mean?
who has stepped up the most for Barcelona this season? Number of goals does not determine stepping up. It is not the same thing.
Bro, what are you talking about? Number of goals does not determine stepping up. You know what it means to score?
Oh my
Okay.
God. Oh my God. Oh
Bro, you
my
can't
God.
say number of goals does not determine stepping up now. If I have opportunities and I don't convert the goals, people will start to shout at me now as a striker.
Now, why is Rafinha at the forefront of Ballon d'Or? Why not Lewandowski?
Because he's scoring goals and he's helping the team. He's doing more than scoring goals. Those are two different things.
He's
But
doing more
he's
than
doing
scoring.
his job.
What
Yes.
is he doing? What is he doing aside from scoring goals and the assists? I'm a Barcelona fan. I watch our game week in, week out. And what you just
He's
said,
a-
you use goals. You said, somebody has over 30 goals. Kylian Mbappe has over 30 goals. And I'm telling you, I'm using the same metric. What you used is what I am talking about. I did not talk about goals. I said step up. And you think stepping up means scoring goals.
I said it's part of it.
It's part of it. So the
Yes.
first thing you talked about was just goals. See, there are so many players that they win man of the match without scoring goals at all.
Hmm.
Stepping up has nothing to do with goals. I am telling you, the number of goals scored does not equate stepping up for your team.
Okay, let's reel back. Let's reel back a bit. What's the difference in what both of you are talking about? I just need Astro. Give me one
With me,
statement.
I'm saying that I don't like the fact that we are oversimplifying what Arsenal is oversimplifying what Arsenal did last week. You are
Okay.
making it look like the reason Arsenal was able to beat them is because they
Mm,
are not good. You are
okay.
not saying that they looked like they are not good because Arsenal made them look like they are not good. You are
Mm,
not giving credit to the effort, the tactical choices that Ateta had to make Arsenal the type of team that made Madrid look ordinary. And that is, to me, a very, very rude a very, very rude analysis of the game.
Okay.
It's the same way I feel
I don't want you
about,
to go too far. I don't want you to go too
okay,
far
yeah,
so that
I think that's the point.
can,
That's my
okay.
biggest point.
Mubarak,
That is
what's
not
the
even that is not
okay?
even what I said. Like I said, Arsenal played well. Like I am not saying Arsenal did not play well. You guys played well. But everybody, he himself, he said Real Madrid has been bad since the beginning of the season. Like, but he's comparing Real Madrid of this season with Real Madrid of last season. And I
At the
am
beginning
telling
of
you,
this, when the draw came out, don't lie. What chance did you give us now?
I gave Arsenal 20, is it 20 or 30?
And they're
Yes.
just joking right now. And then they came
That's
out.
actually a valid point. I think what is blanketing Mubarak's statement is the fact that you are saying Madrid is bad. So
eh,
Madrid is bad
He,
this
he's
season. And
weaponizing my
Astrop is
sentence.
taking
At,
is
at the
saying
beginning
no.
of, no, don't
Regardless
say
of
that.
what Madrid is, the fact that you can beat them at any state is a big statement.
And
So
that is what I do not want to hear.
You just
okay,
said
so
that
there's
you
no
gave
way.
us 20%. You just said you gave us 20% choice when the draw came out. And now I would beat them the way we beat them. And you are
Wait,
saying what you are
wait,
saying. Make it
see,
make
wait,
sense.
wait. Now, let me explain.
Oh God.
I
Wait,
know,
can I
wait,
can I quickly add this? Let me
yes,
change the let me if Arsenal was battling if Arsenal was in the title race for Premier League, would it change anything for or maybe
I don't
if
think
okay,
so.
maybe
It's
if
Mubarak.
Madrid was okay, yeah, I mean I
if
think the
Arsenal,
the underlying
if,
con
yeah, if Arsenal was in the title race, if Arsenal was in the title race, I would have given Madrid 95 and I would have given Arsenal 5%.
and if
The
Arsenal won,
reason,
So what's the
95%
difference?
winning. The
But then
reason,
you still get, but then you gave them 80%, 20.
but
So what's that?
the reason I gave Arsenal 20% was
mhm.
because it is Arsenal. Like Arsenal. Like when it comes
And
to
I think
okay,
and I think that is what Ashok is trying to
like no,
demystify.
like
That it
see,
is not
it
that.
is Arsenal.
Mhm.
And number two, it is because Arsenal are not in title race anymore.
And
When
number
you
two is
guys,
because it
Baba,
is Madrid.
this guy is just using all his arguments, yeah.
It's because it's because
Just
it's
doing
no,
because
it.
it's
see,
Madrid. It's because if it
me
wasn't Madrid,
personally,
if it was any other team, even if it was Man City, as bad as they are, you probably would have said I think what might be support what might be helping Ashok in this argument is the fact that first of all, you already gave Arsenal were the underdogs. There was no mention of Madrid might lose. They are not in form right now.
Form.
But and
no,
after the facts now, after
wait.
the facts,
While explaining that day,
mm, mm,
I specifically said it. I said Madrid currently are not in form, but because it is Arsenal they are playing, they are known to be butlers.
okay,
So,
but
so,
so
so it is not that
You're
Arsenal.
even shooting
It
yourself
is
in the
not
leg
that
the
it's
more.
no. Me, I will tell you what I said. It is not that I did not that Arsenal are not good. Arsenal are good, but they are known butlers.
let me ask Barak this.
Okay,
What do you take this the matchup and let's end with that because it's 40 minutes. What do you take from the victory from us
from the
the Madrid? What do you take? I need you to give me your sentiments on what the victory means.
see from a tactical point of view. From a tactical point of view, I'm still coming from the same angle. Arsenal dominated right from the
Okay.
beginning till the end. When you talk to like both in attack, in the midfield, and in the defense.
Mhm.
And then now I don't know whether I should say Ateta did well with his tactics or Madrid were just bad.
So you were, so now let me tell you what you just said right now. Let me tell you
Because because because
wait,
because
don't say anything. No,
Arsenal,
wait.
wait now,
Wait, what are
wait
you telling me?
now,
Wait.
because Arsenal,
Let me tell
I'll
you
be
how
sincere
strange
with
what,
you, Arsenal,
let me
Arsenal
tell you how annoying
dominated.
what you just said. Let me tell you how annoying what you just said is.
Okay,
You said Arsenal has a 20% chance of winning at the beginning of the game. So
Mm.
Arsenal now won. So they now won. You now said, no, Arsenal are bottlers. That's even why you said that. You now
yeah,
said, if
that's why.
Arsenal was
Yeah,
in, well, you now said, if Arsenal was in the title race, you would have said 95% to Real Madrid. Now, you are now saying now that you don't even know that now that Arsenal has now won, you're now saying, I don't even know if I should say it is the tactics of Ateta or
Or
yes.
if Madrid was
make
bad.
it make sense.
Now, wait, I'll explain each statement
Like,
with,
yes, talk
with
about something
evidence.
else.
Wait, before you move, with evidence. Last season, last season, you guys were in the title race and you lost
Okay.
to Bayern Munich in the quarterfinal because you were in the title race. You were using the same. Wait, Bukayo
What are you
Saka.
talking about? That was the
Wait,
first time. That was the first time Arsenal would be in the Champions League
wait.
in how
See.
many years?
This is my issue with you. When it comes to Arsenal, you are
That is
always
a
finding a
fact.
way. Wait, you are always finding
Ah,
a way to look for an excuse. So, wait.
No, no, no.
Wait,
I want Mubarak to finish what he was saying.
no, we are
But
always now. During that game, even weeks before that game, I specifically told him, I said, you cannot use the same 11 to compete for EPL. And those same 11 you play on
weeks
Sunday.
before Bayern Arsenal, right? That's last season's
Yes.
quarterfinal.
I told him,
Okay.
yes. I said the same 11 week in, week out. The fatigue will set in. Players will begin to get tired. And what happened? You lost. And that is why I said, if Arsenal were competing for EPL, I will give Real Madrid 95 because I know your score depth. It is still the same players that will play on Sunday, that will play on Tuesday. With what is happening to Barcelona right now, it is what is going to happen to Arsenal. I am not wrong. There is evidence with that. It
bro, you are
happened
very
last
wrong. What you are
season.
saying, you are using so many
Okay,
words and you are
I am
not
not
saying
using
anything.
I am not using so many words because last season what happened? Did you guys so you want to tell me because when was the last time you entered? No, don't look at your point.
Those boys,
When
none
was
of
the
them have
last time?
played
Is that
Champions League before in their life,
so
bro.
so so that is your excuse?
It is a fact. Experience is very, very important in the Champions League. Those guys have never
Um.
seen it before in their life.
Okay.
So from a
This.
psychological standpoint,
So
they were,
psychological standpoint,
Hmm. Let's
psychological.
wait. I
Come on.
think
See, my issue
at this
with
point,
Arsenal, when it comes to
we are
Arsenal,
going to agree to disagree. I don't think
anything that
anybody's
has to
going
do
to
with
change.
Arsenal, stop looking for excuses for you guys. Like you will
you are
always
the one
find a way
looking,
to twist it
you are the one
in
also
saying
looking for,
psychological standpoint in
you
football.
are the one looking
Psy-
for an excuse. You are
Psychological
saying
Really,
something
standpoint.
to,
really, really, we've talked about this. Even in Mubarak, that psychological standpoint is a valid point. These players are humans, and they
they've
have
never done it
what.
before.
Let's even take a simple example and wrap it up. One of the reasons why Madrid closed the roof, we know why. It's not a tactic, it's
Psychology.
psychological, and it's simple.
And me,
I'm just saying.
I
And one
am
of the
telling you
reasons
that
why,
if you
one of the
actually
reasons
watch
why,
that game,
and
you
one of
watch
the
that
reasons why
game,
we
and
even gave,
the only thing you could deduce from that loss to Bayern Munich was psychological standpoint. Was that it?
No, no, it is a big point.
bruh.
That was
It's a
not it.
big point.
Do you realize that
It was because you guys were
one of the
competing
reasons,
for.
wait, you know what psychology is? You know one of the reasons we even gave Real Madrid, what is it, we made them the favorites in that time was psychology, right?
Okay,
Go
You
on.
let's
know,
end
you know,
this here. Let's.
psychology played
I don't think.
a very valid
This is just going
point.
to keep dragging. Ashok, we agree
Let's
to
move on.
disagree.
All right.
Let's move on to the next topic.